What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Grave Media. This is Josh here, and I'm checking in on you out there in YouTube land. I'm doing just kind of a studio tour, a little room update tour. I've been busy. I've been super busy, and I guess I should start by just hopefully you're doing well. It's great to see you. Whatever you're doing out there, it's working. I didn't want to do kind of like a horror collection update part 3 or part 4 and go shelf by shelf and do like a weird voiceover. I just kind of wanted to be on camera and just kind of react to stuff because I'm off from work, I'm home, and I've been working my ass off in this room, and I just thought it'd be fun to talk to the people a little bit. So the big changes was I had all of my movies out in the living room. We have kind of like vaulted ceilings, so I had probably like 7 or 8 feet of like really like those Oscar Atlantic shelves. I had a couple of them and they were stacked to the brim, and those hold, I don't know, maybe 500 movies a piece. And I just needed something different. I was just kind of sick of looking at them. I felt like they were kind of flimsy, the cardboard backing. I just was over it. And in my guest room, we had like an elliptical machine and another bike and then weights and stuff. And I made a deal. It's like, if I get rid of the elliptical machine and just like set up the other workout area, I want to move all my movies to the guest room, and I'll get a really nice shelf and I'll display it and I'll backlight it and make it look cool. Well, guess what I did? That's what I did. So that's why we're here. And it was no easy task just to be able to get rid of that thing and put it on Facebook and have somebody come and pick it up and then drag it out there for them. And then my dryer broke, so I'm working on a dryer. I'm getting things, it's been a lot. So last week I probably spent 3 nights in this room. You guys don't give a shit. It's all done. Probably 12 hours to get the shelf built. That takes like 45 minutes maybe to get it right, really nice. Backlight everything. I got multiple lights on each shelf. I got them all with timers and set up. They're all smart lit or whatever. And then to get all the movies on here, it's probably 4 hours per shelf. Then I got another shelf in the garage that's I got too many movies basically. But what I wanted to do was give you guys a big room tour and an update and kind of go through this shelf, show it off, and kind of let you guys know there are some new titles, so I'll pull those things out. And don't kill me for not being alphabetical. After about 6 hours, I had to go to sleep. I had to, like, every night I was moving stuff and coming in just for hours, man. I love the way it looks, so this is now my favorite room in this house, and my living room was set up how I liked it, but this room rocks. So this is kind of like the movie studio, I guess you could say, and this right here is my pride and joy. This is the pre-packed Banister. This is my first time getting one. And this thing is supposed to hold 1,000 Blu-rays. That was like their big claim to fame. So I wanted to put that to the test. I wanted to get all my movies on this bitch and just kind of see how it looked. Now, the only thing, the caveat to this shelf, they are expensive. They're about $250, okay? You're not going to fit 1,000 Blu-rays on here. Not if you collect like how I do and how a lot of my buddies do. Shout out to all the horror physical YouTubers out there. When you've got things like the Wicker Man box set, right? Look, this is not the size of a regular Blu-ray. This is like 4 or 5 Blu-rays in one. So if you've got second sight, imprint sets, even those Arrow chunky boxes, we're talking like 2 or 3 Blu-rays per. So don't hate on pre-pack. That's one caveat, is you're not going to get, unless you have just straight Blu-rays without slips, I could probably fit 1,000 on here. The other thing, I don't know if you can see this little piece of tack, like this molding, it's really nice, and it has dowels, and it's finished really well. But it hides a movie per one, right? And so there's a row all the way down, and then over here it hides one as well. So if you can deal with that, not being able to see everything on each side, that was kind of driving me crazy. So I've just kind of left it a little bit loose so that, you know, I can kind of move them around. But that's just me, and I'm kind of a weirdo. That's my OCD. So yeah, starting from the top, you have to have the Nightmare sets, right? You got the VHS set, the best set of all time, then the DVD set, the second best set of all time. And then you've got the Freddy Steelbook set, which is back in print. I know Bluray Video's got some. It's coming back. It's got a black box. No big deal. Use my code Beyond the Grave 10. Save yourself 10%. Then I got like an Arrow or Amityville Horror, because that's like one of my favorite haunted house franchises, and I just think that that's cool. It's a DVD. Wouldn't really fit anywhere great. I put that up there. Any new titles I get, I've just been kind of keeping them up here because I know I got to review them, right? So they're just kind of living up there. I'll show them to you since we're right here. First from Severin, we've got House on the Edge of the Park, David Hess, kind of a sequel to Last House on the Left, if you will. Brand new from Bluray, I just got in on Steelbook. Turbine Films, always Dolby Atmos, always incredible transfers, a little bit dark though, so if you've got Dolby Vision or anything that you can brighten things up a little bit. Hellraiser 2022 Hulu original Steelbook And then from Vinegar Syndrome, brand new. This was sold out, and I was lucky to get one from my buddy Tony over there at Valoria. Ghost Keeper, excellent. Is this 1981? 1980, kind of like similar to a Shining setting where it's Canadian wilderness and they're out in the snow, and there's this place that kind of, there's like a Wendigo element. Not super fleshed out, and I feel like it's only maybe PG or maybe PG-13. A little bit of blood. Great soundtrack, great isolation movie, so really like Ghost Keeper. Just pick that thing up. Coming down here, we've got the Memento Mori set, which is the dude that made Necromantic 1, 2, Shram's on there, and then the I can't pronounce it, the Harm video, that one too. And then we got the Shining box set from Warner Brothers, Tales from the Crypt, the complete DVD set. I got the Creep Show set back there. I got one of those It movie kind of like shelf holder thingies, right, from Walmart. And then I've got just some other oversized. I got Possession, Pearl, Bloodsport, Clown, Eden Lake, and Friday the 13th, all on Turbine Media. This is, you gotta have that, right? I mean, you just gotta have it. Excellent. I got the little instruction manual in there. NES movie. All right. Are we ready to move on to some shelves? We've already been going for about 6 minutes. Jeez, I fucking talk so much. I apologize. Happy to be here. All right, the Banister, the first row is Scream Factory, and it's in alphabetical order. Forgive me for not going all the way down. I got to about here, and then I was like, I'm going to be here for 12 hours if I don't stop, so I stopped. So 8mm Abigail, Alligator, the Amityville set, Amityville, anything for Jackson, Autopsy of Jane Doe, Backcountry, Big Trouble in Little China, The Blob. And what's really annoying is having that Blob 4K, which is excellent, and then just having this stupid extra slip that just, what do you do with that? It's not as good as the other artwork, so I just keep it around, I guess. It's super obnoxious if they do that. None of those are really new though. Brain Scan, I got a little bit ago. Love Brain Scan. Edward Furlong, excellent kind of like 90s sci-fi. You're inside the video game. Super cool, but everybody knows about Brain Scan. Brain Scan's the shit. The Burning, Candyman, Carrie, Child's Play, The Company of Wolves. Excellent werewolf feature, man. One of my favorite kind of like transformation pieces in the werewolf lycanthrope genre. I love the tea party scene, right? That wolf at the end is Angela Lansbury. You can't go wrong. Love The Company of Wolves. We're rocking with the Craft Creep Show, Dawn of the Dead, Death Becomes Her, Dead Silence, Dead Zone, Devil's Candy, Dog Soldiers, Don't Knock Twice, Drag Me to Hell. I don't know if I showed this one off. This is the new Drag Me to Hell Steelbook. I got a full review for it. Excellent. Got this from Valoria. I love this movie. Love Sam Raimi. Go watch Send Help as well. Excellent film. We're ready to move on to the next one. Let's see where we're at. Hold up. We've got Escape from New York, Event Horizon. This is really the standout though for Event Horizon. The Steelbook. One of my favorite films. I think I'm going to be doing something with Beyond the Blood podcast maybe, or Steven from After Hours Video. Talking Event Horizon, one of my favorite fucking movies from the 90s, man. I watched that on HBO constantly. Weird sexuality in that movie. That whole movie is just very strange. Evil Dead 4K, The Exorcist 1, The Heretic, Exorcist 3, The Faculty. Kind of slept on. I feel like a lot of people love the soundtrack. I was one of those people that didn't love the movie the first time, but I've come around to actually really like it. Firestarter, unopened. This needs a better release. I think that this for George C. Scott and the soundtrack is actually fucking bumping, but yeah, the actual collector's edition here, it's just kind of más o menos, like so, 6-7. The Fog, Friday the 13th set, just went through a couple of those. We got another Friday the 13th in March though, 2026, so we're gonna get back into that. The Funhouse, Ghost Story, Halloween. Ghost Story is one of my favorite fucking movies ever. Halloween 3, The Hills Run Red, underrated. Nasty little horror feature, man. Love this movie, the whole baby face, everything about this film, how it's kind of like a movie within a movie, almost like 8mm in a way. Excellent film. The Howling, The House of Jack Build, and then Humanoids from the Deep rounds out that little section. Let's move it on over just a little bit more. And we've got In the Mouth of Madness, but that's not the Arrow release. We got Killer Clowns, Killing Ground, which I think is also just excellent. This is a great Aussie slasher, disturbing kind of survival thriller, nasty, painful. Last House on the Lefty a little bit. Also love Killing Ground. Lair of the White Worm, Life Force, Lord of Illusions, Motel Hell, The Nest. Love The Nest. Night of the Creeps, a couple of Night of the Creeps, because of course as soon as you buy one, they put out another one, so then you got the 4K as well. No big deal. Night of the Demons, I don't know how many copies I got of that, but I do need this 4K with the slip. If anybody has a slip for this or they want to sell me theirs, hit me up, man. Comment down below. Nosferatu the Vampire, haven't watched it. I mean, I've seen it a long time ago, but haven't watched the new Scream Factory. But that Klaus Kinski, say that a few times, but don't say all the K's in a row. That's not going to get you any points. Klaus Kinski, man, excellent movie. Excited to watch that on 4K. People Under the Stairs, Pet Sematary 2. Dude, the soundtrack. Pet Sematary is one of my favorite movies, but this is an excellent release here. Poltergeist 2 rips, the Poughkeepsie tapes. You know what we do on this channel. We get into the nitty-gritty, and I love the Poughkeepsie tapes. Prince of Darkness, Pumpkinhead. Prince of Darkness has got a steelbook coming out, but I still love that original cover art, man. I think Prince of Darkness is a really underrated John Carpenter, kind of part of his Apocalypse trilogy, right? With In the Mouth of Madness and somebody help me. Is it The Thing? Anyway, just kidding. Love Prince of Darkness. Pumpkinhead we got as well. Return of the Living Dead 1 and 2. Rent-A-Pal, slept on. Excellent fucking movie, man. Kind of like a little horror thriller. Similar kind of to Brain Scan, but for the modern age. Kind of like instead of dating, you're going to try to find a friend. I love Rent-A-Pal. Serpent and the Rainbow, The Sentinel's awesome. Session 9, Silver Bullet. Single White Female is my single favorite 90s thriller. Period. A lot of people are sleeping with The Enemy fans. I love that one as well. What's the other one people really like? Oh, I can't remember now. It's Cody, Dude to Love Movies' favorite movie. Anyway, I can't remember. But Single White Female. Excellent film. We're going to move down to the second row now. Hold up. All right, more Scream Factory. We've got Sorority House Massacre here. We got The Strangers. I know people, Brian Bertino, baby. I love The Strangers. Not any of the remakes, or not remakes, but they're not even requels. They're reboots. I mean, Pray at Night's okay. Then we got the Fly box set. This box set is so killer, man. This is really the only way that you have the Fly on Blu-ray, and the Fly 2, which is underrated. No one ever talks about it, but I fucking love the Fly. Huge fan. Tales from the Dark Side, Thinner, 13 Ghosts, The Town That Dreaded Sundown, They Live, The Vigil, What Lies Beneath. The Vigil's awesome, man. Kind of like a Yiddish, Jewish kind of like demonic possession movie in a way, where you're kind of like staying with the body, and you're in the house where the body dies, and you're supposed to watch over it until the next day, and you got the rabbi coming in and blessing the body, and things go wrong, spirits get out. Excellent fun little film from IFC. And then What Lies Beneath. Moving on to Second Sight, we got the Blair Witch Project. This Blair Witch Project, I don't have the chunky box. I screwed up. I had to get this after it was already sold out. So I love this. I love that documentary. It's my favorite release when that came out. Then we go on to Bull, The Coffee Table, Dawn of the Dead, Green Room, The House of the Devil, The Innkeepers, and It Follows. All chunky box sets, one and all. On the other side here, we've got late. Oh, this is really tight. So we've got Late Night with the Devil back here, the chunky box. Then we've got Lake Mungo, the original Second Sight before they put out that crazy edition that just came out. This might be the release of the year if they didn't also do Possession, but that might have been still considered December. This is so fucking awesome. There is like 4 hours of Lake Mungo. It's stupid. You can't even. It's so fucking ridiculous. And then we've got the other Lake Mungo and the Sacrament here. Then we've got the Possession chunky box. This takes up I don't know how many spaces on the shelf, but it's pretty impressive, man. It's got the whole shooting script. It's got write-ups and books and lobby cards and everything but a sexual act. It's crazy thick, man. Crazy. Then we've got the Reanimator box set over here as well. This is also excellent. I went with this instead of the Ignite. Was it the Reignite? Anyway, the one that came out that everybody loved. I thought that this was going to be released, and it was, and I love it. Turns out I'd want to go through every single shelf and like show off every single movie that I've got, because Well, for one, I've been talking. I've had some like retakes and reshoots or whatever, trying to get everything lined up. But I'm just gonna film them, and people can go back and watch old videos of movies that I've collected, and horror collection updates 1 and 2. I think there's even a third one. So then you can see everything that I've got that route, because I want to get to the studio shelf and kind of show off what's over there. But I did pull out some standouts just to kind of show you guys some new stuff that I picked up. First one that I'm pretty excited about is the Alligator box set from Imprint. I got this sent over to review from the movie room. It's got Alligator 1 and 2, and it's kind of a cool little box set. I haven't watched Alligator 2 yet, the new Blu-ray that came out, but I've got the first Alligator, and the Imprint scans are always the best. Another one that I'm just excellent, man. Frailty from Lionsgate. I got a couple of Lionsgate, some of their new slips up here. Jacob's Ladder, the Devil's Rejects, and 1408. All of these Lionsgate Limiteds are so fucking... They're doing it right. They're doing it $5 too expensive, but really, when you think about it, if you can get them when they're 10% off, or you can get like a free shipping code, then I feel like these are actually for the collector in mind. And so I actually really do like these Lionsgate limited ones. A couple others that I wanted to show off that I haven't showed before is this Phantasm set from, who put this thing out? I don't even remember. This new 4K is super awesome. Disgustingly cool. This Exorcist, this thing right here from Cinemuseum. Obviously, The Exorcist is my favorite horror film of all time, and this steelbook is just something special, lenticular. Everything about this film I fucking love. And then I pulled out 88 Films Masters of the Universe, because I was thinking about Swamp Thing, and they're kind of similar as far as like the 80s cheese and the gore, and just very strange. So a couple of those releases. I don't want to go through every single thing. I do really like this Shudder 10 Years of Screams, or whatever it's called, A Decade of Scary Good. This has got pretty much nothing but bangers in it, except for, I'm going to show you, Skinamarink is in here. So other than that, dude, every single movie, it's got Terrified, Not Terrifier, The Mortuary Collection, Dark and the Wicked, Host, Mad God is amazing, VHS 94, one of the best VHSs, Caveat, stellar haunted house film, Irish folk, fucking incredible. If you liked Oddity, check out Caveat, Skinamarink Sucks, Late Night with the Devil, and In a Violent Nature. Excellent box set right there from Shudder. And then I pulled out the new History of Violence, which looks absolutely amazing, from Criterion. And then I grabbed Don't Look Now too, also love that film. I don't think I ever told anybody I had that movie, so I grabbed it. The Stuff is coming recently. Three Extremes I reviewed, Kill List, Baskin, Asylum, excellent from the Severance sale, and then a couple from Umbrella that I'm really excited to review. I've seen the ABCs of Death, a couple of them, but the first ABCs of Death, I'm stoked to watch this on Blu-ray. Then we've got Freaked on 4K. I just needed to have it. Everybody needs to have Freaked. And then finally, The Reef, dude, on Blu-ray. I love The Reef. I love Creature Features. This is one hell of a film. Now let's get into some shelf-by-shelf stuff, and then I'm going to show off the studio. Just hold tight. Okay, here's just kind of like an overview of how the room looks right now. Starting on the top, there's some posters and some stuff I put up. My wife used to work for a frame shop, so she's got like her Offspring album framed up there, some Typo Negative, Fright Night, and then these are the big box sets on top that I wasn't really sure where to put stuff, and then we just kind of go shelf by shelf. So these are alphabetical Scream Factory titles, and I kind of feel like only having like 150, I really need to get some more. I do love that Friday box set. Scream Factory continues to impress. Unfortunately, they just continue to kind of keep put out the same movies that they've already had just on steelbooks, which is just kind of disappointing. And then right here we're going into the Arrow, and there's just a ton of Arrow, and then we get into Second Sight, and that kind of like wraps around. I would like to get more of every single label so I can just really kind of like have each rack have its own area, but for now they're kind of like intermixed, so this is the end of Scream Factory. I probably should have snaked the other way. And then more Arrow, man. Love Arrow. And then this next section coming up is my Severin collection, which I really am slacking on Severin. I love Severin. They're one of my favorite labels, but not a ton of cool stuff that I need to pick up right at the moment until they have a cool sale. That Opera's really impressive. And then a smaller kind of Vinegar Syndrome shelf. There might be 15 or 20 Vinegar Syndromes. I don't buy everything they put out, just the stuff I really like. Similar story with Umbrella. It's just so expensive to really get into that stuff. And then after that, it's just kind of like, I just kind of go willy-nilly and just put studio releases in here, Jaws and some Lionsgate Limited, and then these are some kind of Cine Museums and 88 Films and Grindhouse and Imprint, and I think Red Shirt's in there, Warner Brothers, some of those overseas releases for The Conjuring, a little bit of Blue Underground, some Vestron stuff, some Shudder stuff, some Terror Vision, just really kind of a catch-all of everything. 10 or 12 Criterions that I think are just horror focused, and then these are just kind of randomly, there's going to be Cannibal Ferox mixed in with Rosemary's Baby, mixed in with Angel Heart, a little bit of everything, some Kinos, all the Alien films that I like, Nightmare sets, some more, The Suffering of Monique, some of that Massacre Video stuff. And then we go into, I forget where I'm at, so I just kind of like bounce around. There's a bunch of Unearthed stuff in here. There's the Demons box set, right? Pumpkin, Rawhead Rex. We got some fucking Greasy Strangler. If you haven't seen that, what are you doing with your life? Go ruin somebody's day. Blood Diner, Carcinoma, Visceral, Unearthed, man. Excellent, excellent films. Eyes of My Mother's incredible. I love some of these films from Kino, Burnt Offerings, Black Sabbath, Flowers 1 and 2, those are intense fucking movies, so I need to organize a little bit better as I get these shelves together, but I want to do some sort of video, kind of just like, hey man, this is what I've been up to. It's been a lot of work, and then these are, again, just more kind of studio style titles. You got the Sinisters and the House's October Build, a little bit of popcorn, Nosferatu, Eastern Promises, right? Just tons of random movies, horror films, in no particular order. Cat's Eye's in there. That Cat's Eye, weird color timing on that thing. Deadstream's in there. Graveyard Shift, The Birds, Frogs, a little bit of everything, dude. Bring Her Back's incredible. The Running Man, that steelbook, absolutely incredible, man. Blair Witch, the remake. And then down at the bottom, you guys, that's really why I bought this shelf, because I thought I could fit all my Blu-rays, but then I just started getting frustrated that I guess I don't have as many Blu-rays as I thought. I have a lot of DVDs. So the bottom, quarter of this Banister shelf is just horror DVDs that I just, for whatever reason, can't seem to get rid of. Now, if I own it on Blu-ray or 4K and it's not something like Misery or The Exorcist or something that's really important, Amityville Horror, I would still keep. Maybe there's, reason to kind of get rid of some of that stuff, but I just have a hard time getting rid of DVDs that I've kept this long. Like every Friday the 13th, I'm not going to be able to just ditch those films. I love them so much. Mountain of the Cannibal God on DVD? No, I'm keeping that. I got Blue Underground DVDs in there. I got like Banned from TV. I got a Serbian film down there. We got The Mask, Dead Alive, The Girl Next Door, The Bad One. 7 Doors of Death, right? I mean, Eden Lake's down there, Cannibal Man, Cannibal Cookout, Blood Feast, Faces of Death, Henry, Inside, Enigma, random Fulci films in here, all kinds of stuff. I Drink Your Blood. Okay, and this is one of those Oscar Atlantic shelves that's actually, it held up a little bit better upon moving it into this room. I got another one in my garage. It's a little bit beat up. It's still going to work. I reinforced it, but it's just the particle board and the way that it screws together with the dowels. It just doesn't really work that well. So, yeah, this is kind of a catch-all shelf. On the top, we've got horror VHS, kind of Friday the 13th in order, then Stephen King, Silver Bullet, Children of the Corn, Misery, The Shining, Stand By Me, It, Salem's Lot, Stand, Thinner, Carrie, Cujo, Hellbound, House 2, Amityville Horror, Phantasm 1 and 2, Return to Salem's Lot, Halloween, Escape from New York, Night of the Living Dead, Pet Sematary 2, Leprechaun, Hell Night, Twilight Zone, and Tales from the Dark Side. Then up on the top shelf, we've got Terrifier 3, Texas Chainsaw 2, Dr. Giggles, RoboCop, The Faculty, Wolf, Frankenstein, The Stepfather, The Blair Witch Project, Jaws 1 and 2, Manhunter, Psycho, Beetlejuice, Alien Resurrection, The Lawnmower Man, The Granny, Naked Lunch, Full Metal Jacket, Son-in-Law Buddy, Predator, Time Cop, 8mm, Natural Born Killers, Ghostbusters 1 and 2, This Is Horror, Stephen King documentary, Cliffhanger, The First Family of Satanism, Stallone Over the Top, Alice in Chains Live, True Romance, and then down here we got Danzig, Lucifuge. I got Danzig 1 out in the garage, Danzig for life. Then up above that we got Raiders of the Lost Ark, the Indiana Jones collection, The Thing, and Pink Floyd The Wall, both on those really big chunky clamshell cases, right? The Abyss clamshell, Blues Brothers, The Thing, another clamshell, Little Monsters. This is the thing right here I got from the Crypt, and it actually lights up kind of green basically, so the tape itself glows. It's super cool. And then I just got some complete NES titles. Wizards and Warriors, like one of my favorite games. Rambo, Werewolf, and Contra. And then, of course, Jaws on Laserdisc that my buddy Retro Joe gave me. So it's just kind of, this is where it lives right now because I got to build some shelves that are just for VHS. So it's at the top of the shelf here. And then if we get out of the way, I'll try to get in a little bit closer. We've got, these are in no particular order, but like The Sword and the Sorcerer is in here, you know, Never Ending Stories in here. On the top shelf from Imprint, Boogie Nights, National Lampoon's Vacation, Dante's Peak, The Gray Steelbook, Dirty Harry, Outlaw Josie Wales, Tommy Boy, Wind River, Taxi Driver, right? Cliffhanger, Point Break, Steelbook, 7 4K Jaws, The Departed. Excellent 4K right here. Love everything about it. Coal Miner's Daughter, I love that movie. I love biopics. I love anything about music. So these are just kind of everything. The Rocky Balboa collection, 88 films, American Pie, a bunch of steelbooks, Clockwork Orange, Full Metal Jacket, Gladiator, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. This is an incredible release, man. I'm just gonna spotlight this. I mean, obviously I grew up with this. I can quote it every single way that there is. 3 discs of Monty Python, every kind of skit, all kinds of special features, man. I'm a huge fan of the Monty Python crew. Lethal Weapon, Pet Detective, The Fugitive. This was like my mom's favorite movie forever, dude. We watched this all the time. Love The One-Armed Man, love Tommy Lee Jones, love Harrison Ford, one of my favorite actors, love The Fugitive. We got Twister, we got The Terminator, we got Rocky Horror Picture Show and the Sweet Transvestites here. Absolute incredible 4K Steelbook. Rudy, The Lord of the Rings 4K Trilogy box set, Titanic, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Natural Born Killers, that's me and my wife's favorite movie besides True Romance. This film never gets old. I can watch it a million times. I fucking love Natural Born Killers. We've got Narc here. This is a great cop dirty thriller, similar to maybe Copland or I don't know, but it's a little bit nastier, kind of a drug film. Excuse me. Love Narc. Jason Patric, Ray Liotta. Rest in peace, Ray Liotta. The Unforgiven, my second favorite Clint Eastwood movie ever. I love The Unforgiven. I grew up on westerns. I love westerns. Then we got Inglourious Bastards on 4K. Moving on over here is some of the Criterion collection. I'll try to get a little bit closer. Maybe I can move this mic out of the way. Bear with me. This is Spinal Tap. Get out of here, dude. The best mockumentary ever made. It goes up to 11. I watched this. This was mandatory viewing growing up, playing in bands, being a punk rocker, learning how to play other people's music and what not to do with music. I love This is Spinal Tap. Excellent film. The Irishman. Come on, dude. Scorsese, 4K. Raging Bull, 4K. Come on, dude. Goodfellas, all that stuff, man. I love Scorsese's the man. I love everything about those movies. Thelma and Louise, Casino 2. Don't want to leave on Casino. Drugstore Cowboy. Shout out to Portland, Oregon. Shout out to any Oregonians out there. This is one of my favorite Gus Van Sant films. Great movie. All about this guy that's just robbing pharmacies, man. Going up and down the 5. Love this film. Great soundtrack. Dirty movie. No Country for Old Men, one of my favorite modern day westerns of all time. The Coen, god damn, dude, so good. Josh Brolin, Menace to Society, right? Dude, I can't quote a lot of it because it's pretty intense, man. But the Hughes brothers, I love most of their films, and I absolutely love Menace to Society. Easy Rider was the first time I think I ever seen Jack Nicholson as a little kid. His turn, man, wearing the helmet, smoking a little bit of that devil's lettuce, dude. Absolutely love this film. Love counterculture. Love Dennis Hopper and Peter Fonda. Anyway, love Easy Rider. Amazing soundtrack. The Game, great Fincher movie. Love Michael Douglas. Princess Bride, incredible. Shout out to Rob Reiner, we miss you. The Crow, The Abyss. People hated the new way it looked. I thought it looked absolutely incredible. So shout out to that. The Town is one of my favorite fucking crime gangster movies, which is one of my favorite kind of subgenres. I'm getting excited talking about it. I love Boston. That's one of my favorite places to want to go. I fucking love The Town. Love The Town. One of the best openings ever. 1917. Also love war movies. Varsity Blues, Vanderbeek. Rest in peace. Love this movie. Excellent soundtrack. Grew up with that movie. Ex Machina or Ex Machina, depending on how you say it. Amazing sci-fi film, horrific, crazy nudity, absolutely incredible movie. Fargo, one of the best of all time. I've got this movie memorized. I got it on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K. Anytime Fargo comes out, kind of like The Exorcist and other films, you know, like even National Lampoon's Vacation, I just buy it, man. Cinderella Man, I love boxing stories, love biopics. This is an absolutely crazy good. It just came out too. Love Russell Crowe. Love Cinderella Man. And then, of course, we got the immortal Jurassic Park back over here. I need a better version for this, but you still need to have it. Jurassic Park on 4K. The Spielberg. Let's move over here to the next rack of 4Ks. I'll try to stay out of the way. Bear with me. We're going to readjust. We got The Firm over here. We got Fury, Hell or High Water. Dude, shout out to my buddy Mike. We get drunk and just sing some Waylon Jennings to each other, man. We love the brothers in this movie. That is an incredible movie. So I Married an Axe Murderer, man. Love fucking Mike Myers, dude. So good. Shawshank Redemption, one of the greatest movies of all time. It's just period. The Green Mile, even better, maybe. Okay, Stephen King films. Apollo 13, incredible. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Tarantino, excellent film. Goodfellas, man. I got a Goodfellas one sheet I'm trying to fucking frame up in this room. This is probably the movie that I watched the most growing up, next to Jaws and maybe like Temple of Doom. I've seen Goodfellas so many fucking times, you guys. I fucking love Goodfellas. Green Book, amazing fucking movie. A Few Good Men, another Rob Reiner, Jack Nicholson. You can't handle it. Just excellent. American Sniper's amazing. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Jim Carrey, Kate Winslet, dude. Love that film, 4K. Kingpin and Uncle Buck, great comedies. Dude, John Candy's my spirit animal. Love Uncle Buck, love Great Outdoors more, but I love that. Indecent Proposal, these are all Kinos. Needful Things, amazing. The Bone Collector, pretty decent. Wayne's World 1 and Wayne's World 2, I mean, you don't even need to describe them, they're that fucking good. Interstellar, 300, of course we got Heat, one of the worst transfers of all time over here. Then these are just kind of like in random. Forrest Gump, Hostiles, John Wick, Major League, right? One of the best. There goes another movie, Blazing Saddles. One of the most quoted comedies of all time, and one of the like most culturally, like you can't get away with what they did. I love Mel Brooks, man. I love every Mel Brooks movie. Training Day, reference quality 4K right here. Reference quality Dolby Atmos. Amazing. Bohemian Rhapsody here. Nintendo Quest. This is actually just kind of a fun little documentary about this guy that wants to collect every single NES. NES was my system, so I love this movie. I love all the places they go and kind of tour. You got the Elvis movie, Super Mario Brothers, Ready Player One, Ad Astra, Terminator 2, and Total Recall. That Terminator 4K is trash, so I actually use this quite a bit. I love this thing. I love Schwarzenegger. King Kong, The Matrix, Overboard from Severin. This is like my parents' favorite movie growing up. I watched this so many times. I think it takes place in Astoria, so it's kind of like an Oregon, Washington coastal movie. From Severin is crazy. Love that movie. Nightcrawler's amazing, dude. Jake Gyllenhaal, Christmas Vacation, Kickboxer. I need to get the better version, but this Blu-ray still gets me by. Love Van Damme. Assassin's Cobra and the Specialist, a little three-piece of, Stallone. Love Cobra's like my favorite fucking movie. Deliverance. I can watch survival thrillers all day long. This movie scared me so bad. I love Deliverance. I've seen it 1,000 times. Pulp Fiction. I mean, come on. Pulp Fiction, The Burbs, The Neverending Story. We've got Nightmare Before Christmas, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, UHF, American History X, History of Violence, Predator. I definitely need a better version of Predator, but I grew up on that movie. My dad was like, if you can lift weights and be as big as Arnold, you can watch this movie. So I kind of started lifting weights and getting into fitness because of Predator and my dad trying to talk some shit. The Revenant, amazing film. The Perfect Storm, I love. Seven Psychopaths, one of the most quotable comedies of recent years. Twister, The Dark Knight, The Mule, Mad Max Fury Road, We're Running Out of Space, Monster, Jaws 2, all the Peanuts holiday films on 4K. We got Straight Outta Compton, we got 13 Ghosts, Pain and Gain, House of Wax, Wolf of Wall Street, Lone Survivor, and that racks out those two Blu-ray shelves. Then over here, if we switch back over, we've got Beetlejuice, Two Guns, Southpaw, In the Heart of the Sea. I love that fucking movie. Anything to do with the ocean and Oh, I love that movie. Moby Dick stuff. 47 meters down. End of Watch, American Sniper, Hall Pass. Then just a ton of comedies. Unbroken's in there. Horrible Bosses. The Hangover movies. 5 Year Engagement. Waiting. Coraline. Indiana Jones. Her. Dallas Buyers Club. Stand Up Guys. The Gray. Into the Wild's one of my favorite fucking movies. Far and Away. I love that movie. Love that movie. More Menace to Society, Bad Words, Las Vegas, Hot Tub Time Machine. Then we get into some horror DVD movies down here, and these are just a lot of these I've already got over there on Blu-ray, but like Jeepers Creepers I don't have on Blu-ray. Interview with the Vampire, I don't have a good Blu-ray for that, so I hang on to that. But I got some stinkers in here. Okay, I got The Unborn. I love the Dybbuk box story, but this is not the best story for that, so not my favorite. But how are you going to get rid of your original Creepshow from when you were a little kid? You're just not. This thing is so old, man. The snapper cases, right? There's no way I would ever get rid of that. Watch it not even be in there. They just don't do it like that anymore. So I got to keep the Creepshow around. I got The Village in here. We got Black Sheep, not the comedy, but the horror movie. And I know there's an umbrella that I need to level up. We got things like Anchor Bay. We got Fulci's Zombie in here. OG Anchor Bay. Incredible, right? Absolutely love it. Have that forever. We got some Clockwork Orange, some Simpsons, some, Treehouse of Horror stuff, Frailty, The Cell, Saw, Tales from the Dark Side. Look at how old school these are. You're not getting rid of that. I don't care who you are. Tales from the Dark Side with lot 249 on the front? No fucking way. No fucking way. Then it keeps going. We got Shaun of the Dead over there. An Anchor Bay, Hellbound, and Hellraiser 2-disc set. Excellent. These things were so awesome. Look at the cover art. The little booklet that comes with it. They just don't make stuff like that anymore. For DVD, THS mastered. Excellent, man. The Descent's in here. The Cave's one of my wife's movies. Not a big fan of The Cave, but I do like Creature Feature, so it's in there. We got His Name is Jason. Pull that bad boy out, right? Just got done watching some features on that. American Werewolf in London. We got the Rob Zombie House of a Thousand Corpses, The Reaping. Kind of a fun little flick from the mid-2000s, right? About all the plagues or whatever. Is that, what's her name? Hilary Swank in that? Kind of fun. John Carpenter's The Ward. I actually like this movie, In Defense of the Ward. I know it's generic, but I love John Carpenter. I love everything about it, man. Just kidding. Some of the acting is kind of wooden, but I still dig it. Jacob's Ladder in there. We got a bunch of Master of Horrors. We got The Ring 2. Sleeping with the fucking Enemy, right? Sealed. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. The newer one with not Tom Cruise, but Guy Pearce and Tom Cruise's ex-wife. What's her name? I forget. Then down below, there's just more racks and racks and racks. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 12 racks of DVDs. And it's everything you can think of. We got the Lemmy documentary. We got Dolores Claiborne. We got Bill Burr stand-up. We got the Warrior film. We got the John Candy collection. We got Captain fucking Ron. Okay? Captain Ron, because this is lost on media. Okay? DVD. What's next to Captain Ron? Can you guess? You know it's going to be Son-in-Law. You know it's Son-in-Law. So, a lot of these titles, I've got like punk rock documentaries, Tenacious D, fucking Talladega Nights, The Edge, Johnny Cash documentaries, Saturday Night Live documentaries, Sarah Silverman Show, White Men Can't Jump, Jim Gaffigan, Beer Fest, Punk Attitude, Ron White, box sets of Easy Rider, Ace Ventura, just for days, just CKY, all the CKY movies, right? CKY 4 right there, Y2K's in there, we got Schindler's List, Meet Joe Black, just a little bit of everything. The Untouchables, this is one of those stupid, is this a Paramount Presents? And it's like, it's as big as a DVD, so it won't fit on the racks, but it's a 4K, so excellent movie, one of the best ever, right? Love his films. Oh yeah, it does not fit anywhere. So that's kind of this shelf right here. Let's go and let's look at some other stuff. Alright guys, and then finishing it off, this is just kind of a quick little overview of the room by itself. Pretty happy with how everything turned out. I've been kind of just living in here for the past like week. And then yeah, this is the studio shelf, all the different DVDs, all the different random movies that I've got. However you found me, however you're doing, I hope it's great. Like, comment, subscribe, talk some shit down there, and take great care. I love you all.